Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. I am back with part 2 of my 10 cards 1 kit using the Spellbinders February card kit. If you missed the first 5 cards, you can check those out in the video that I posted right before this one. We're going to go ahead here and jump into card number 6. So I am starting out with one of these Project Life cards. I've added some of the double-sided tape behind that, and I'm placing that down on a yellow pattern paper panel that is trimmed to 4x5 1/4. All of my pattern paper panels are trimmed to that size for this set of cards. I then have grabbed a piece of ephemera which matches the size of that cake perfectly, and I'm popping that up here with some of my foam dots, and then I'm going to place that right on top of the other one to give a little bit of dimension. I've also pulled in some of these gold stars. I'm going to place those down with a little dot of art glitter glue. Added some tape there to the back of that panel, and I'm going to place this down on the top of my card base. Now I had pulled out that happy birthday ephemera there and had planned to use that on the inside, but then I took a look at the stickers and I really liked this hip hip hooray in the rainbow colors. I thought that matched the cake really well, so I decided to use that instead. And I'm just going to pop out the extra little pieces in between here. And then I'll place that down on my inside panel, and all of my inside panels for this series are trimmed to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. These stickers were incredibly sticky. Go ahead and line that up here and get that pressed into place. Wanted to add a little something else towards the bottom there, so I'm going through my scraps of pattern paper and I pulled out a matching blue. I'm going to add some of my double-sided tape behind there, and I'll place that along the bottom. Go ahead and trim off that excess. Again, add some tape to the back of my panel. And then I'll place that on the inside of my card base. And that will complete card number 6. Card number 7 is super simple. I have got this beautiful floral pattern paper trimmed to 4x5 1/4. I'm going to add some ATG behind that and place that directly on my card base. I've then pulled in this hashtag unique, and I'm going to pop both of these up using some of my foam dots. I'll go ahead and peel away the backing. And I'll place that down on top of my card. For the inside on my panel, I'm going to add down one of these sentiment stickers that reads, "Be true to yourself." And then I pulled in this matching purple and yellow star paper. I'm going to add some ATG to the back, press that into place, and then I will trim away the extra. Added some ATG to the back of my panel there, and I'm going to place that on the inside of my card base. And that will complete card number 7. For card number 8, I'm using this cat emoji pattern paper. I absolutely loved this. And that is again trimmed to 4x5 1/4. I've added some tape. I'm going to place that down on top of one of my gray panels. And then I wanted to use, again, some of those speech bubbles as well as that larger cat ephemera. I just thought that was so cute. But the pattern paper was a little bit busy. So to tone that down a bit, I have pulled in some vellum from my stash. This was just a scrap piece that I had. It happened to work with the sizing that I need. If you want to copy this, it is 2 3/4 wide, and then it is the full length of the card. So it was probably about 5 3/4, and then I just wrapped around the edges there, and I'm using some of my double-sided tape to hold that in place. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my speech bubbles and my little kitty cat there. I'm going to pop those up using some foam dots. I'm just going to line those going down that vellum. So once I've got all of these pressed into place, that vellum is still really only attached underneath there. So this is a little difficult to see, but I'm basically just pulling, sort of popping that vellum up there, and then I'm going to add some of my art glitter glue behind all of the bubbles and then press that down. So that way you won't see any of that glue peeking out behind the vellum. For the inside, I pulled in another speech bubble. This one says special. And I'm going to add some art glitter glue behind my panel and get that pressed onto the front of my card base. And I'll add some of that tape to the back of my inside panel and press that into place as well. At this point, I realized I wanted a little something more on the inside, so I did pull in an extra piece of that purple cardstock. Again, adding some of that double-sided tape. I'm going to place that along the bottom and then trim off the excess. And that will complete card number 8. For card number 9, I'm pulling in a few more pieces of ephemera and another one of those Project Life cards. I love this. Each moment with you is magic. I've pulled in the 2 plane tickets there, as well as sort of some graph paper, just for a little extra something in the background. And then I'm going to glue this Project Life card down in place. Lastly, I've grabbed this sort of, I think this is supposed to be a bubble tea ephemera. And I'm just gonna make sure I have everything lined up the way I need it there. Gonna add some ATG to the back of my panel and place that on top of my card base. This rainbow pattern paper was one of my favorites as well. I'm surprised it took me until card number 9 to use it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop up this bubble tea here. And I will press that into place. For the inside, I'm adding this Beyond Amazing sentiment sticker. Add some ATG to the back and place that on the inside of my card base. Then again, I wanted a little something more, so I have pulled in that purple and yellow star pattern paper, added some ATG, and I'm going to place that along the entire bottom of the card. Trim away that excess. And that will complete card number 9. For card number 10, I've grabbed this script pattern paper. I'm going to add some tape to the back of that and press that onto my card base. And then I'll take my Project Life card and glue that into place, just adding that at a little bit of an angle. Pulled in one of the shiny gold unicorns from the ephemera. Gonna again add some art glitter glue and place that down as well. I really wanted to pop that up for some dimension, but because it was so detailed, I didn't want anything to rip, so I decided to just keep it all one layer here. For the inside, I've grabbed this Happiness Is This sticker. And again, I will add some tape to the back of my panel, and then I'll press that on the inside of my card base. And that will complete card number 10. Here are a few close-ups of the finished cards. In the description box below, you'll find my blog post, which has additional photos and links to the supplies I used. Remember to leave me a comment below so you can be added into the March Madness giveaway this week. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.